Hey guys, Pumobile here, back with good cards you never used. Before I go into Banisher of the Radiance, which is this week's good card, I just want to give a heads up that, for one, I'm going to be starting another contest soon, so keep heads up from that. It'll probably be next week or the week after. Also, with regards to the Look to the Future videos that I usually do on Tuesdays, I'm actually starting to run out of material for those. So I want to open it up to you guys and see if there is something else you want me to talk about, whether it's decks, current meta, side decking, something like that. Or if you have any other ideas. Clever titles would also be nice. You know, got to keep up with the clever titles. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys want to watch. So just put it in the comments below or message me if you want to do that. I'll throw credit your way when I make the first episode of it. In the meantime, good cards you never use. This week we have Banisher of the Radiance. It's been reprinted a whole bunch of times. It's a decently old card. Light level 3. Fairy effect. 1600 attack, 0 defense. The effect is any card sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. This card is amazing, especially in this format. One of my friends that goes to the local shop, he likes this card so much he actually sides it in his plants, which is what you're supposed to side it in against. But yeah, this works against plants, just smashes monarchs. It's such a good card because it just removes everything. Even in like decks you wouldn't normally expect, like my friend who puts it in plants, or any deck that plays reasonably high attack monsters can just side into this and just use it for field control, because even if your deck deals a lot with the grave, you can just stop that element of the deck and stall with this guy, because until they get this guy off the field, if you're playing against plants or monarchs, they can't really do anything without just losing massive, massive presence. One of the big downsides to him, unfortunately, that has come out recently is the ridiculous card Reborn Tengu, which is in almost every single deck. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you go to my locals, 7 out of the top 8 decks will have Tengus in it. Unfortunately, Tengu has the 1700 attack, which is enough to get over Banisher, which is kind of a big weak point right now, because before Tengu, he could get over most things that didn't take a lot of effort to set up. You either had to sync to get around him, or if you're playing stun or something like that, I mean, that causes problems. But Banisher is just such a good card. It just screws with your opponent so much, especially if they don't see it coming. It can just be so destructive. But yeah, big card against plants. Big card against anything that runs Avarice, because they won't get enough monsters in the grave. Big thing against, I mean, heck, it can even work against Machinas if you want it to, because they have to pitch extra cards to get to Gear Frame, and they can't pitch the Gear Frame itself, and it can't get to the graveyard. Also, Treeborn Frog just hates this card, because if it hits the field and Banisher's out, if they want to sack for a Monarch or something like that, Treeborn's getting removed. So yeah, good card. One other thing you want to notice about it, even though it's a light, you can't use Honest with it. A lot of people don't realize that, because Honest has to be sent to the graveyard as part of his effect. So if you want to try and protect this in Lightsworn or something, which that's the one deck actually probably wouldn't put it in, but if you're playing Fairies, it would be a big one. Keep in mind that while this is on the field, you can't activate Honest. But yeah, this would be a great addition. You could main deck 3 of these in Fairies. As a matter of fact, in my Fairy deck, I am main decking 3. But yeah, strong card, strong attack, ridiculous effect. Good cards you never used. Try to think up some more episodes for me. Once again, that's Pumobile, and please subscribe.